Welcome back to another video. My name's Gabe. This is my first year of becoming a race car driver, and this weekend we're at Palmer Motorsports Park in Massachusetts. As you might tell, I'm a little bit sweaty. Just unloaded the car, got everything off the U-Haul. That's right, I still rent a U-Haul truck and trailer, a pickup truck, and auto transport. So far it's been working okay, but nowhere near the setups that some other people have, these massive haulers, but we'll get there in time. Today, it's a test day. I've never been to Palmer, and the race is tomorrow and Sunday, Saturday and Sunday, and I need to get acquainted with the track. Okay, that's not good. I just heard thunder in the distance, and you can obviously see the clouds. Hope we get out there. Yes, this is my changing room. The U-Haul itself is where I gotta put on all my suit. My little long johns here, everything. Not the most comfortable, but have some privacy, sort of. Oh, and special thanks to Donnie Hall of Hall Motorsport. He reached out to me on Instagram and said, "Hey, are you going to Palmer this weekend?" I said, "Yeah, how about you?" He said, "No, but I got an extra garage space. Would you like to use it?" I said, "Wow, of course, that would be awesome." So this was super sweet. I really could get used to this, but I shouldn't get used to it so soon. Alright, it's almost time to go out, supposedly, but the rain, well, it hasn't rained, but obviously there's thunder and lightning, so I'm just kind of hanging out, seeing what we're going to do, and then head out for my first session on track, where it's really about just finding a rhythm, getting to know the layout, the surfaces, the grip, the different camber, all that stuff. So yeah, stay tuned. About to head out on track, hopefully soon. All right, here I am entering the tarmac or asphalt, whatever it is, of Palmer Motorsports Park for the very first time. I've only watched videos here, which help me at least know which way I'm turning, but it's a whole different ballgame once you get out on track. Things are happening much faster. You're constantly giving the car inputs, so you can't really think out there. There's no time to think. So my goal for these first few practice sessions is to start building the rhythm into my muscle memory. I kind of know it from vision, but start incorporating it into my actual bodily movements. So you can see I'm experimenting with gears here. First time up this corner I'm in third gear. I learned very quickly that that does not work. There's no torque, so I'll have to be in second. Really just trying to get a hang of things. Feel out the track surface. Feel out how my car reacts on it. And just get to know things. Alright, back from the first test session. It went okay. Started to pick up a rhythm. Definitely struggled in a lot of areas, but very much to be expected. Like when you go from watching a video to going out on track, a video might get you like 20-30% knowledge, but really to get to that like 70-80% knowledge, you just need, well, at least I need repetition, just a lot of laps. And then to get from like 80 to 100, well, that just takes years of practice. But gonna go out a few more times today. The car felt decent. My battery's about to die. I'm gonna switch the battery, cool off, watch some footage, and then get back out there. All right, done for the day. I'm in the air conditioning, cooling off. It is so humid out, I'm sweating bullets, but super happy that I came. Was able to get 3 half-an-hour sessions out there, and it was definitely worth it. There's so much to learn. It definitely is a technical track, as they say. I think this track really rewards patience. You have to be really patient around some corners. There's a lot of late apexes, and if you turn in too early, you're just going to be tracking out way too soon. So really gotta be patient on on the corners and just have fun. But overall, yeah, I think I've learned a lot. Definitely picked up a pace. I don't have any timing in my car, and I don't think they're using their transponders today or doing the official timing, so I'm not sure what my times are at. I'm definitely getting quicker, but I have no idea how I stack up against the other guys in my class. So I'm gonna go back to the hotel after I get kind of settled in here, or I guess packed up, and then be back in the morning for qualifying. All right, I made it to the accommodations, and this is so bizarre. I'm pretty speechless right now. I was supposed to be staying at this cute little inn called the Trainmasters Inn, and I'll put a picture of it right here. It's supposed to be really quaint, a few bedrooms. I booked a room on their website. I get here, there's this long list of instructions to check in, which already is like just way too much. It's like, just give me my keys, let me know how. Stupid. Anyways, I get here, I couldn't figure it out. I'm circling the building, I'm on the front porch, I'm trying all the doors, nothing's opening. There's no signs of my room. I call them. There's no front desk. There's just a number. And they're like, yeah, you're across the street above the Antique Junction. I'm like, whoa, what do you mean? I booked a room at the Trainmasters Inn. Like, what do you mean I'm across the street? And she's like, no, you booked a short-term rental. I'm like, no, I didn't, but if that's what you're saying, then okay, where's my room? So I come over to this building. First of all, it's like a dump. The whole building is just a rundown apartment building. I had to come up these side stairs along this long porch and enter into this bizarre apartment. Let me show you. Okay, so here's the front door that I walked in, and this is what I walk into. What on earth is this? It's just this massive space with terrible faux hardwood floors. It's like sort of run down, but not, but creepy as hell. There's a random door there that goes into this next door neighbor's apartment, and he lives here. He introduced himself to me. He's been living here for 25 frickin' years. A kitchen, my bedroom, which isn't terrible if it were just like an old little antique inn bedroom, but the fact that it's in this bizarre apartment, watch, down here is what, I don't know, a study, and then the bathroom is right here. So I have to come into this area to go to the bathroom. And check out outside. It's pouring out, it's storming. Look at that, look at what's across the street. Look at this. People are probably watching me through their windows. So I'm kind of speechless. I'm also pissed off. I booked a room at the Trainmasters Inn, which was supposed to be this quaint little New England charming inn, and this is what I get. This creepy, like, big apartment that's kind of empty, that's next door to people who have been living here for decades, who introduced themselves to me, which, hey, if you're nice, you're nice, but everything is just kind of creepy. And of course, to top it off, it is thundering and lightning out. It's only 6:30 p.m., so I have a lot of time to just kill, and there's nothing around here. I'm kind of stuck here. I have no computer. The TV, there's a TV, but I don't even want to sit on that couch. It's just kind of nasty. Sorry, I don't mean to be complaining. I'm just kind of still, I was not expecting this. All right, I've showered, cleaned up a bit, talked to my family, let everyone know what's going on. And the feeling that comes to mind is catfished. I feel like I've been catfished. I feel like it was false advertising. You go to the website, it's all this nice little inn with quaint little rooms, and they mention short-term rentals and the caboose, whatever that is, but there's no pictures of this other building that you might be staying in that is just like some kind of shoddy downtown apartment building that you'd be living in upstairs from like a shop in a very remote town. But yeah, gonna try to get cozy here. There's a nice little light over there, which is kind of cool. But I'm gonna eat something, some snacks, and just go on my phone and hang out and head to the track tomorrow morning. All right, we made it alive. Slept the night and didn't get killed. Got my iced coffee here, Cumberland Farms, because Dunkin' was a drive-through line around the block. So we're here. There was a slight fog delay in the morning, but cars just went on track. It is 9:45, so we're 45 minutes delayed. I'm gonna go out with the CRE group, the Club Racing Experience group, to get some extra track time, and then go out in my group at Group 7. So CRE, for those of you who don't know, any given race weekend, there's like 6 or 7 different groups of cars, and within each group, there's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different classes. So you're racing against the people in your own class, but you're only out on track with the people in your group. And CRE, Club Racing Experience, is basically students or people who don't yet have their competition license. They're racing or novice permit or their racing license. And so they're trying to get track time. So it's a good way for students to experience a race weekend in the kind of same schedule as all the other groups, but without much pressure. They go out with instructors or people just to give kind of more experience on track. So I, last time in New Hampshire and this time again, was asked to go out just to be another body or another car on track so that they can get comfortable, the students can get comfortable with other people on the track. So I'm going to take them up on it, go out in group 3, so that's in 2 groups, so I can get more track time and then qualify a little bit later. Well, this was fun and useful, but I almost got taken out by one of the spec Fords on track. Coming down into, I think this is turn 7, to this sweeping left-hander with a lot of camber right here. Back on throttle, look at him in my rear view mirror. Gonna be doing this sweeping left-hander. He comes up on the inside behind the SSM car, snaps the rear, almost backs into me. I had to swerve. I was watching him with one eye the whole time. That was sketchy. That would have sucked, especially because I didn't need to be out here now. I'm just trying to help the students and get some practice of my own. Yeah, dodged a bullet there. Right, now for actual qualifying. Here you see me rushing like crazy, so I pulled up to the grid to go out on track, and the lady is like, "Can I see your wristband?" And I'm like, yeah, I had 2 wristbands, one from the original kind of registration to get into the track on the first day, and the other one was for the test day. I didn't register for the actual race. Well, I did online, but I forgot to go get my wristband. And so right before we were about to go out on track, I had to get out of the car, drive away, go into the registration building with my helmet and everything on, all frantic. They were trying to look up my name. Luckily I got back in time, but I was super rushed here and stressed out. Alright, let me walk you through a qualifying lap. I believe this was my fastest lap. I'm not positive, but it was a good lap, and it put me in P1. So coming along the main straight, which isn't straight, passing the start finish right here, grabbed 5th gear, come up straight, easing the brakes down to 4th, control, hit the apex, back on full throttle, track out wide. Stay track middle and then hug the inside here. There's a lot of camber. Track back out to the edge. Full throttle in 4th gear. Keep it pressed down, foot planted. Straighten the car out. Hard braking. 4th to 3rd. 3rd to 2nd. Slight turn. Really sharp uphill. Wheels are bouncing a lot. Right, settle the car, turn left. Back on full throttle. Track it out wide. 2nd to 3rd. My car feels super slow at this point. These NA Miatas, about 100 horsepower. Back on full throttle, 3rd gear, slight lift, come around the right-hander, around 6 into 7, back on full throttle, and then hard on the brakes. Ease, 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 stay in the middle, and then hit the inside camber, full throttle, track out wide, 3rd gear, hug the inside here into 4th, track out right, and then come left a little bit, medium braking, 4th to 3rd, stay in the middle of the 9-hander, or turn 9, and then down to the inside, track back out. You're high up in the rev range in 3rd gear, so you'll grab 4th, slight lift as you settle the car into turn 10 on the right, and then 11 on the left, brake, down to 3rd, more throttle, and then settle the car, stay out wide here, can't turn in too early, hug the left-hander, right-hander, and then full throttle, hug the final corner, 3rd to 4th, full throttle, back down to the straight, hit 5th gear somewhere in the middle of the straightaway. And that is a lap of Palmer in my SSM Miata. Alright, qualifying felt good. I think I had my best lap on the 3rd lap. I'm confused by the results though. There's 2 result sheets. I thought I was P1. I might be, but I saw 2 different sheets where in one of them I was P1 and the other one I was P2. So I'm not sure. In any case, neck and neck with the only other SSM guys who are here. There's only 2 of them. So just 3 of us in my class here today, this weekend. But yeah, pretty pleased with the result. We'll see what's official, either 1 or 2. Alright, now for the first race. I'm not going to show much of this. Long story short, it was a disaster. I am still experimenting with tire pressures and a trusted source has told me to start with lower pressures around, he starts with 24s and 25s, so I started with 26.5. It's kind of been working for me in previous races, not all of them. If you remember at Thompson, I really struggled for grip as well, and you can see the sun's out here, so starting at 26.5 all around proved to be the wrong move. I think the theory is that by having a softer tire, there's more movement, and that movement is generating a lot of heat too quickly, and it's making my tires feel like they are just so greasy. And my times in this race were 3 seconds slower than my qualifying time. I fell back. My dad there was watching. He came to the race, this particular race, and he thought something was wrong with my engine, so it was just truly a disaster. It was one of those races that I just wished would end by about lap 2, because that's when I started falling behind. So really frustrating. I'll just show a little bit of footage here from the first few corners, but nothing much else to show from this race. Well, not the race I had hoped for. Really, really bad. It was one of those races where I just wanted it to end. I was doing so poorly and I had no grip. It's really frustrating, this whole question about tire temperature or tire pressures. First of all, it's critical. It's like very important, and I need to get more scientific about it, but I'm learning. And you talk to some people, they say start them at this pressure. You talk to other people, they say start them at like 8 to 10 psi higher. It's all over the place. It's partly driver preference, but these tires have an ideal operating temperature, which I think is around 39 psi. But anyways, I got to figure that out, because I felt great in qualifying, but again, I wasn't at that pace for as many laps as I was in the race. And yeah, just early on it felt really, really bad. So I had to overslow the car. This happened at a previous race at Thompson, when I would turn like this. If I tried to take the same corners this afternoon as I did this morning at the same speed, I would have spun out this afternoon. So I was like, okay, I guess I got to just go slow. And my dad was here watching, and he thought something was wrong with my engine. That's how slow I was going. So really frustrating. But that, tires aside, I still made mistakes. I missed a shift. I don't know, just bad. My inexperience really showed through today. But gotta kind of clear my head tonight and be back tomorrow. Alright, it's the next morning. I'm tired. I'm groggy. But I gotta wake up because we got 2 races today, and I'm gonna try to experiment with tire pressure, start with a much higher pressure, above 30. I was starting with 26.5 yesterday. See if that makes a difference, and just go out and have some fun, because yesterday was really not a good showing for me. So yeah, see you there. This was the second race the following day. I did much better. I started my car with about 5 psi higher all around. It wasn't as sunny out, but regardless, the grip held on the entire race. I still finished 3rd out of 3rd in my class with these 2 other guys, this white car ahead of me and that teal and orange car up to the right. Those are the only other 2 guys in my class. I still finished last, but I was neck and neck with the guy right in front of me, the 9 car, teal and orange car, the entire race. And I set the second fastest lap. So 158 something, which was a second faster than my qualifying, which put me in 1st. So I definitely was quicker out there. I didn't have the confidence to make the pass because it just felt too risky. There were a certain number of times where I thought I might have been able to get away with it, but as I learned in the very first race weekend, when I took a risk, it didn't pan out. I had some car contact, and I don't want to have to deal with that. I don't want to send my car into another car. I don't want to send my car into a wall, and I'm still very much getting used to this car. There's a lot about it that I don't particularly love, with the steering and, some things about the braking. So I really am not fully confident in it to be able to send it every kind of time when I think I should be able to. And this being my first weekend at the track, again, I didn't want to risk it. So while I was behind the guy the whole time, I thought the car felt much better, which was really a positive. And so for the next race, the last and final race of the season, it's again at Thompson. I plan to run my pressures higher, similar to how I ran them here. so that the tire starts out a bit harder, it doesn't move as much early on, it doesn't generate quite as much heat, therefore cooking the tires too soon. We'll see. That race is in October, so it'll presumably be a bit colder, but yeah, still very much trying to optimize my tire pressures, and not doing so has come back to bite me. Aside from tire pressures, the other theme of this weekend was stormy weather. During this race, towards the end, as you can see, it started raining. Rain was kind of off and on the whole weekend, but this was the second race. The third race ended up being postponed due to storms. The entire afternoon was canceled, which was really a bummer. But they just sent an email about a week later, and they told us that the third race, not only will we get some credit for the next race, which is nice, about $100, but the results of the third race will be what the qualifying starting order would have been for that race. And because I got the second fastest time in this race, even though I finished third, I still set a faster time than the guy in front of me. That means I finished that third race in second, so I got points for second place, which was pretty cool. Anyways, that's going to do it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Crossing the start-finish line here. Start waving to the flaggers. This was my last race of the weekend, and yeah, it was a very frustrating weekend once again, but I did learn. I think I learned something quite critical about my tire pressures and starting pressures that I'm going to carry into the next race and see if this switch holds true. I've had several bad experiences with particular starting pressures, and here when I had them higher, things worked out better. Of course, there's many variables, ambient temperature, track temperature, all of those factoring into the equation. However, because things felt better in this race, I think I have a plan going into the final race of the season. Thanks so much for watching. If you're not subscribed already, I encourage you to hit the subscribe button below. That would really help me out as I try to grow this very young channel. Making videos isn't always easy, but I really, really appreciate all of your support. Thanks.